So, good morning to all. Do you have any doubts in the previous class? Last class లో ఏమైనా doubts ఉన్నాయా? Interface class. Have you collected your application? Application తీసుకున్నారా?
Yes, sir.
Have you installed it?
Yes, sir.
So, have you checked your interface and how we can create our customized workspace and all?
जी सर थोड़ा बहुत
Hmm. What about offline? ఎవరేం పలుకుతారు? టిఫిన్ చేయలే? టిఫిన్ చేశారా? మరి వాయిస్ వస్తలేదు. నిద్ర వస్తుందా ఏంది? So, today we're going to discuss about document creation. So I told you yesterday, what is document? Document is our workable area. Okay. So generally with Photoshop, what we do, we create image and we edit images. Images ni manam edit cheyochu, alage images ni manam create kuda cheyochu. We able to create and edit images in Photoshop. So generally every image has its own size, right? సో ప్రతి ఇమేజ్ కి దాని ఓన్ సైజ్ అనేది ఉంటుంది కదా. Okay, so like each image has different sizes. Like if you want to create image, generally to edit image, you need it first one image that you already have it. You take the cameras or mobile phone so that you're going to get that image. You bring it in a Photoshop and then you start edit on it. ఓకే, సో నార్మల్గా ఏం చేస్తాం, ఒక ఇమేజ్ని ఎడిట్ చేయాలి అంటే మనకి ఇమేజ్ కావాలి ఫస్ట్. ఆ ఇమేజ్ని మనం కెమెరాతో కానీ మొబైల్ ఫోన్తో కానీ క్యాప్చర్ చేసుకొని ఫోటోషాప్లో తెచ్చుకొని మనం ఎడిట్ చేస్తాం. సో దట్ ఈస్ ఎడిటింగ్, ఇమేజ్ ఎడిటింగ్. బట్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ క్రియేట్ ఇమేజ్, దెన్ యూ నీడ్ టు నో హౌ మచ్ సైజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇమేజ్ యూ రిక్వైర్డ్ ఇట్. ఓకే, సో మనకు ఎంత సైజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇమేజ్ కావాలి అనేది మనకు తెలియాలి ఫస్ట్. ఫర్ సపోజ్ if you want to, do you have a Facebook account or Insta account, all those things, social media accounts, you have it, right? Have you ever upload and post images in Facebook and Insta and all? Okay, so and have you ever uploaded your profile pic and cover pics in your accounts? So for example, if you have a Facebook account and if you want to upload a photo in a cover page of your Facebook, your profile cover page of your Facebook. Okay, so have you get perfect fit the image which you are going to upload in it every time? No. What going to happen? ఏమవుతుంది? So generally what you see when you uploading the cover page in a Facebook, just tell me the process or else how you upload your cover page of your Facebook account. So see, when you upload your photo, like first you need to reach your account, you need to be open your account, right? So normally you see feeds, but you need to go to your account, your profile. If you click on it, then you're going to see your profile pic and as a cover page. And in right side, you see a button called as change or edit something. So if you click on it, then you're going to get one separate dialog box. In the dialog box, you're going to see a big rectangle. Okay, so there you see a button called as upload. When you click on that, then you going to get a browser and you're going to select the picture which you want to upload in it. And if you click open in it or upload in it, then what happened? In the rectangle box, you're going to see which image you uploaded. బిగ్ రెక్టాంగిల్ బాక్స్ లోపల మనకు పెద్ద మనం అప్లోడ్ చేసిన ఇమేజ్ అనేది మనకు కనిపిస్తుంది. బట్ ఇట్ నాట్ గోయింగ్ టు ఫిట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ. ఓకే, సో బికాస్ అవర్ ఇమేజ్ సైజ్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్ and the cover page size is different. Okay, so see, this is how generally your Facebook cover page look likes. Just for reference, so this is how generally it's look like. Actually, here you're going to get a name and all. It won't be like this, but similarly, or else we do one thing. We go to official websites like this. See, this is how we're going to see our things. Okay, so this is your area of upload your image. Okay, so ikkada manam image ni upload chestam with the help of edit or change whatever. Okay, so this is your size. This is the size of your Facebook cover. So if your image is matched with this size, okay, e size to image match aithe, then you're going to see image perfectly in that screen. If not, what happen? It crops, right? It crops extended information, and then we going to show it only little bit of information here. When it is cropping it, we decide it which is important to show in a cover page, so we adjust image into that. Okay, and then we crop it. ఓకే, సో క్రాప్ అవుతుంది అనిపించినప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేస్తాము? మనకి ఏదైతే ఇంపార్టెంటో ఏదైతే చూపించాలనుకుంటున్నామో అది మాత్రమే ఇక్కడ కనిపించేలాగా చూపించి క్రాప్ చేస్తాం. దట్స్ వాట్ వి డూ, రైట్? వై ఇట్స్ హ్యాపెనింగ్? బికాస్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ ఇమేజ్ సైజ్ అండ్ యువర్ Facebook cover size both are not matching. See, come to Facebook official site. So this is Facebook help. So there you're able to see your design sizes and all. What are the design sizes? We have all those things you're going to get. So Android app size, mobile browser, computer, iPad, like every device sizes, it will show it here. Right now we are working on computer, so that it selected a computer help. So here you can able to see, so your profile picture. So your profile picture display at 176 by 176 pixels. Okay, so on your page on computer, 196 pixel by 190 pixels in a smartphones. Okay, and 36 pixel by 36 pixel by future phone, like old phones. Nowadays we are not using them. Nowadays we are working with smartphones only. But actually I don't require size of profile pic right now. I require a size of cover page. Where you have a cover page, here you can see for a profile pic and cover photo with your logo or text, you may get better result by using the PNG. Okay, so that means they are telling us try to use PNG pictures, not JPG pictures. So most of the case we prefer to work with PNG, but some cases we use JPG also. And here you can see load fast as sRGB JPG file that 851 pixel wide. Wide means, what is mean by wide? Width. Okay, so 315 pixels in a tall. Tall means height. Okay, and less than 100 kilobyte. Less than 100 kilobyte means it's a PPI. So we call it as pixels per inch. Okay, next I show you while you're working on the document creation. Okay, so that means they are clearly telling it 851 by 315 pixels we required. 851 pixels in a width, 315 pixels in a height you needed. If your image size which you are uploading, if it is matching with this size, then well and good. You see it in a full screen, total information perfectly. But if your image size is not matching with this, not matching with this aspect ratio. Aspect ratio means like overall shape of your image. Overall shape of image. So generally image has three different type of orientations. One is landscape, another one is portrait, another one is square. Okay, most of the case we create images and we capture images in this aspect ratios only. That means in this overall shapes only. Okay, like in a landscape manner, or in a portrait manner, or in a square shape manner only, we try to take a picture. If you see in this, just now you see in that so just now you see in this thing, right? Is it in a landscape or portrait? Landscape lo unda, portrait lo unda? Landscape, right? Landscape means width will more, height will less. Okay, portrait means height will more, width will less. Square means width and height both maintain same size. Square ante width and height rendu same size untai. So right now it's a landscape picture. Okay, so what this landscape picture is an aspect ratio of 16:9 actually. So in image shapes, we use different aspect ratios like 4:3, 16:9, 1:1. Like if you want it, while you're taking a pictures in your mobile phone, okay, you see that all aspect ratios. So I think you won't observe it. నాకు తెలిసినంత వరకు మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేసి ఉండరు, బట్ నార్మల్లీ మీ మొబైల్ సెట్టింగ్స్ లో కూడా ఉంటాయి. That means when you take a picture by using your camera, okay, if you see in a you have a taskbar over there. So icons, you see it in a icons, you're going to see aspect ratios. So I can show you who are in a online. If you want it, you can open your mobile phone and you can cross check it if needed. So you can see, I think it's not visible to you. 1:1, 4:3, 16:9, full. Like different aspect ratios we have. When I work with 1:1, then see my capture area is changed. When I change that into 16:9 or 4:3, then my capture area is changed. When I'm going to change my 16:9, then my capture area is changed. When I'm going to make it full screen, then my capture area is going to change entire my screen. Okay, even in your mobile phone also you find them. You can cross check it if you need it later. Okay, so that means when you capture any picture, we have different aspect ratios. Based on that, generally we capture it. While you working with camera or while we working with your mobile phone camera, whatever, you need to choose. Olden days, we don't have these all features. So nowadays, our phones are smartphones, so that so many features and things are included in it. And nowadays, camera is very important to everyone because they try to take a nice moments. Okay, so that they are giving more important to camera. So many future they are expecting it. That is the reason all these things included in your mobile phone camera also. ఓకే, సో మనం చాలా ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ ఫోన్ నుంచి, ఎస్పెషల్లీ కెమెరా విషయంలో. ఎందుకంటే మనకు మన మెమొరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ అన్ని మనం డిజిటల్ క్యామ్ పెట్టి తీసుకోవడానికి ప్రతిసారి కుదరదు, కొన్నిసార్లు మొబైల్ ఫోన్లోనే మనం తీసుకోవాల్సి ఉంటుంది. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ వీఆర్ గివింగ్ మోర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ టు ఇన్ మొబైల్ ఫోన్ కెమెరా ఆల్సో. ఫస్ట్ we look camera, next processor, RAM, like all these things we going to check it. That means మన ఫస్ట్ ప్రిఫరెన్స్ ఏముంటుంది, మొబైల్ ఫోన్ తీసుకుంటే ఫస్ట్ కెమెరానే ఉంటుంది, రైట్? దట్స్ వై యూ గోయింగ్ టు గెట్ సో మెనీ features in a mobile phone. You able to capture slow motion video, you able to capture time lapse shots also nowadays. Okay, like so many features we are including in it. Similarly, aspect ratios also we have in it. If you cross check, you find it. Okay, so that means every image is going to capture or create in one aspect ratio that depends on your size. Okay, so like if I take 100 pixel by 100 pixel, is it which type of shape it is? Square, right? Okay, if I'm going to take 1200 by 600, it's a landscape. Okay, so like based on your width and height, your overall shape of your picture is going to change, so that according to it you get different aspect ratio. మనం తీసుకునే size ని బట్టి overall shape according to our size which you are taking, Based on that, your overall shape is going to change. Along with it, aspect ratio also is going to change definitely, because aspect ratio is dependent on, okay, on your width and height relationship, like how much ratio your width and height is maintaining. Based on that, your aspect ratio is going to create it. It's not overall size, it won't be depend on size, but the relationship between, the difference between width and height, how much you are maintaining, based on that aspect ratios are going to create. Okay, based on the aspect ratio only, we going to fit sometimes our images. Your image, either it need to be in a 16:9, or your image need to be in a 851 pixel by 315 pixels of width and height. Then only it can fit it perfectly in your profile pic. Sorry, not profile pic, cover page. It's going to fit it perfectly in a cover page, or else it won't be. లేకపోతే perfect గా fit అవ్వదు. If it is not fit perfectly, then we should crop it, because they decided you need to show your cover pic in that particular size only, in this aspect ratio only. వాళ్ళు డిసైడ్ చేశారు మీ ప్రొఫైల్ పిక్ ఇంతే ఉండాలి అని. మీరు అంతకు మించి పెద్దది తీసుకున్నా లేదా చిన్నది తీసుకున్నా, ఇట్ వోంట్ బి ఫిట్ ఇట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ. ఓకే, సో లైక్ when you're working with any image to create it, first you need to know three things. Because if you want to create anything, you need to come to Photoshop to create it. When you come to Photoshop, first we need to create a document. When you want to create a document, first you need to know few inputs to give to your Photoshop. What are those inputs? First, you need to know what is the width and height of your design or the image which you are creating. మనం క్రియేట్ చేసే ఇమేజ్ లేదా మనం చేసే డిజైన్ సైజ్ ఏంటి? వాట్ ఈస్ ద సైజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్? వాట్ ఈస్ ద విడ్త్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్? వాట్ ఈస్ ద హైట్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్? నెక్స్ట్, which units we are using. So generally width and height we measure with different units. Width and height అనేది different units తో measure చేస్తాం. When it comes to digital media, so digital media means, so what we are going to see it in a screens, like mobile phone, desktop, laptop, tabs, online websites, anywhere, even social media platforms, all these things come under a digital media. Simply if I want to tell it, which we going to see it in a screens. ఓకే, అది మొబైల్ స్క్రీన్ కావచ్చు, ల్యాప్టాప్ కావచ్చు, డెస్క్టాప్ కావచ్చు, ట్యాబ్ కావచ్చు, ఎనీథింగ్, కంప్యూటర్ స్క్రీన్స్ కావచ్చు, ఎనీథింగ్ విచ్ యు ఆర్ సీయింగ్ ఇన్ అ స్క్రీన్స్, దట్ ఆల్ కమ్ అండర్ ఇన్ అ డిజిటల్ మీడియా. అవన్నీ డిజిటల్ మీడియా కిందకి వస్తాయి. ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ వర్కింగ్ విత్ డిజిటల్ మీడియా, we have only one unit. We used to measure our digital media platforms with only one unit, that is pixel. Blindly you can select, గుడ్డిగా సెలెక్ట్ చేసేయచ్చు. When you working with a digital media, pixel as your unit. But when it comes to print media, it won't work out, because in a print media we are not going to use pixels to measure it. We are going to use millimeters, we are going to use centimeters, we are going to use meters, inches, feet, yards. Okay, so sometimes kilometers, miles, like we have different units when it comes to print media. Okay, so you need to know which units we are using for that size also when it comes to print media. ప్రింట్ మీడియాకి వచ్చేసరికి ఏమవుతుంది, కంపల్సరిగా మనం ఏ యూనిట్స్ యూస్ చేస్తున్నాము అనేది కూడా మనం తెలుసుకోవాలి. బట్ వెన్ ఇట్ కమ్స్ టు డిజిటల్ మీడియా, యూ నీడ్ నాట్ బి వరీ అబౌట్ యువర్ యూనిట్, బికాస్ వీ హ్యావ్ ఓన్లీ one unit. But when it comes to print media, we have different units, depends on designer. So they will use different units, in which units they are flexible. యూనిట్ ఏ యూనిట్స్ లో వాళ్ళు ఫ్లెక్సిబుల్ గా ఉంటారో ఆ యూనిట్ యూస్ చేసి వర్క్ చేస్తారు డిజైనర్స్. ఓకే, సో సమ్ పీపుల్ వర్క్ విత్ millimeters, some people work with inches, some people work with feet. Sometimes based on the design also units will change. Like when I'm working with the flex designing, sizes won't be in a inches or won't be in a millimeters and centimeters. They will be in a feet, like 5 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet. Okay, that means sometimes based on design we need to change your units. Sometimes based on designers, they use different units అకార్డింగ్ టు దేర్ కంఫర్టబిలిటీ. వాళ్ళ కంఫర్టబిలిటీని బట్టి వాళ్ళు ఒక టైప్ ఆఫ్ యూనిట్ని యూస్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు, లేదా కొన్నిసార్లు డిజైన్ని బట్టి మనం యూనిట్ని మార్చాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, యూ షుడ్ డిసైడ్ దాట్. సో అకార్డింగ్ టు యువర్ నీడ్, so which units you are flexible to work, and so according to design, which design need to use with which units. So this all you need to judge it. అది మీరు జడ్జ్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. దట్ యు విల్ లెర్న్ స్లోలీ. అది మీకు అలవాటు అవుతుంది మెల్లిగా. వెన్ యూ వర్కింగ్ ఆన్ ఇట్, ఇట్స్ వెన్ యూ కీప్ ఆన్ వర్కింగ్, ఇట్ విల్ హ్యాబిచువల్. ఓకే, సో now see here what we want to create it right now. Facebook cover photo, I want to create it. That is my requirement. So if I want to create a Facebook cover photo, what is the width and height? What is the first input I want to know it? Width and height of my Facebook cover page. We already seen. Okay, our width and height is 815 pixel by 315 pixel. Okay, we are working for which field? Digital media or print media? You both come here. ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయి కదా chairs.
Digital media.
We are working on the digital media, right? Digital media is going to use pixel unit. That means now we know width and height, we know units. Okay, and when it comes to digital media, we're going to use one color mode. That color mode is RGB, because if I want to show any color in a digital media, you need a space, color space. That color space going to take it from RGB color mode. డిజిటల్ మీడియాలో యూస్ చేసే కలర్స్ అన్ని మనకు ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తాయంటే ఆర్జీబీ కలర్ మోడ్ నుంచి వస్తాయి. we going to get all the digital media related colors which are using and showing it in an online or mobile phone or desktop anywhere. It comes from RGB color mode. Okay, so when it comes to print media, we are going to work with CMYK color mode. Okay, that means digital media has its own color mode and print media has its own color mode. So that is the reason I am telling you, we need to give some inputs. We need to know first some inputs to create your document. What are those inputs? First, width and height. Next, units. Next, which field purpose we are working for. Which field purpose we are working for. Okay, I'm working for digital media or I'm working for print media. Based on this only, your units and your color mode and your PPI. Next, I'm going to show you in a document all those properties, then you will understand. PPI, pixels per inch, is going to decide it. Okay, so మనం ఏ ఫీల్డ్ కోసం వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాము అనే దాన్ని బట్టే 3 ప్రాపర్టీస్ డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటాయి. Based on which field we are working, sorry, which field we are working, based on that only 3 inputs are dependent. What are those? Color mode, next units and PPI. Okay, so that's why compulsory you need to know which field purpose you are working for. Next, you need to know size. If you know these things, then it is very easy to create your document without getting any confusion. So many people are going to think what size I need to take, what I want to use. Okay, blindly they're going to pick random one and they work on it. So that won't be fit it and they will be confused why it's not fitting, all these things. So simple thing, every area has certain size, right? You need to be work accordingly, then only what you wanted you're going to get it, including your land and house also. ర్యాండమ్గా ఎట్లా పడితే అట్లా కడతామా ఇల్లు? లేదు కదా, మనం ఒక స్పెసిఫిక్ ఏరియా చూస్ చేసుకుంటాం. వి చూస్ అ స్పెసిఫిక్ ఏరియా, విత్ ఇన్ దట్ ఏరియా ఓన్లీ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ వి ప్లాన్ ఇట్. సిమిలర్లీ, ఎనీ డిజైన్ ఆర్ ఎనీ ఇమేజ్ హ్యాస్ ఇట్స్ ఓన్ సైజ్. యూ నీడ్ టు నో అబౌట్ ఇట్ ఫస్ట్. బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దాట్ ఓన్లీ యూ షుడ్ వర్క్ ఇట్. వీ షుడ్ నాట్ జస్ట్ బ్లైండ్లీ క్రియేట్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. ఏదో బ్లైండ్గా గుడ్డిగా మనం ఏది చేయకూడదు. ఓకే, so keep that in mind. Now, what are the inputs we required? All I get it. నాకు కావాల్సిన ఇన్పుట్స్ అన్ని నాకు వచ్చేసాయి. One more thing, remember, so when you working in Photoshop or other application, it's not like that we know everything. We know application, we learn tools and option, still we have some lack of informations, lack of techniques also, right? So that means don't be think once if you learn Photoshop, everything you know it. You need to know so many things still. చాలా నేర్చుకోవాల్సి ఉంటుంది. That all learn by experience, learn by practicing it, doing different things while you're experimenting it. Then you're going to learn so much of subject. Okay, so don't stop learning once your Photoshop is completed, or once if you're completed your other applications. Don't be think this is fine, this is enough. There is no enough here. Every day you need to be improve yourself, then only be able to survive in this field. అప్పుడే ఈ ఫీల్డ్ లో మనం సర్వైవ్ అవుతాం, లేకపోతే సర్వైవ్ కాలేం. Okay, so see now, when I'm going to click on create new, what's happening here? We are getting new document dialog box. In this new document dialog box, first you see some tabs here. Okay, if you click on it, then you're going to get different sizes of documents here. Okay, these are presets which provide by Photoshop by default. In every applications you're going to get these all things. The design which you are doing it, if it is in this preset list of category, then you need to go to that particular category and you need to select that, and you need to be simply create it. Once if you select it, see all the properties are automatically updating, and simply you should click it. That we called as preset. దాన్నే preset అంటాం because we store it. What are the inputs we required? All inputs we mention here and we save it. Here you can able to see your save option. So with the help of this save, you able to create your own preset also if needed. కావాలనుకుంటే మీ ఓన్ ప్రీసెట్ ని కూడా మీరు క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఓకే, రైట్ నౌ ఐ వాంట్ టు లుక్ ఫేస్బుక్ కవర్ పేజ్ సైజ్, ఈజ్ ఇట్ ఎగ్జిస్టెడ్ ఇన్ ద ప్రీసెట్ లిస్ట్ ఆర్ నాట్. ఇప్పుడు మనం చెక్ చేయాల్సింది ఏంటి, మనకు కావాల్సిన ఫేస్బుక్ కవర్ పేజ్ సైజ్ అనేది మన ప్రీసెట్ లిస్ట్ లో ఉందా లేదా చూసుకోవాలి. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ దేర్, select it, create it. If not, then manually we need to enter it all the values. So check it. Do you have that? What is the size? Here you can see your sizes. ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయి చూడండి మీ sizes అన్ని. What is the size we required it? What is the size of Facebook cover page? 851 by 320 30. ఇప్పుడేగా చూసింది, అప్పుడే మర్చిపోయారా? జస్ట్ నౌ ఐ షోన్ యూ రై ఆల్ దోస్ ప్రాపర్టీస్. ఇందాకేగా చూసింది మనం. మీరు గజని బ్రదర్స్ ఉన్నట్టున్నారు. 315, 851 by 315. Okay, so do you find that here? No, because I'm looking in a web means it's related with digital media only, and look in a mobile phone. Mobile also digital media related one only. Let's check. Do you have it? Do you have it? See, there is no that preset. Okay, let's go for photo means it's print media related. Print means it's a print media related. Art and illustration, if you want it, you can try, but you won't find that also. So that means first you need to cross check what you required it. Is it existed in your preset list or not first? If it is not, then start giving all the values in this preset details. This is your preset list. This preset list is categorized into different things. you need to choose depends on your preset. Based on category, you can search it. Like if you are working for mobile phone, then click on mobile phone, then check the sizes of your mobile phone, what you want it. If you're working for web, then click on like websites. Web means when you're working websites, then click on web, then you're going to get some of the basic sizes of the websites. And if you are working with print media, then go to print, then look for the different sizes like letter, legal, typebold, A4, A5, A6. All these are paper sizes. ఇవన్నీ పేపర్ సైజెస్ అన్నమాట. And when it comes to photo, this is also photo printing, like 8 by 6 or 6 by 4, 3 by 2, 7 by 5, like different sizes of photo sizes you're going to get it. That means if you are working photo editing and if you are printing photo, then you're going to come to this particular preset. Like they given you some categories and which you going to save, that also has separate category called as saved. Okay, if you have your preset in your preset list, see in a saved, I can see my Facebook cover page preset, because in a previous classes I used and I saved my preset. Okay, so that I get my preset here 851 by 315 pixels with a 72 ppi value. And next you have a banner size, you have a daily used one, like different type of presets already we saved it here. If you don't like it, you can remove them also. You have a trash symbol in the right top corner. If you click it, you can remove them if needed. Okay, so like what we need to do here, I need to simply select the preset right now, then all values will be automatically updated because I saved it. Just assume it, we are not saving it, we don't have that thing. Assume చేయండి మన దగ్గర ఇప్పుడు ఆ preset లేదు. Then what we need to do, enter all the details of your preset manually one by one. Okay, so first you need to give your preset name. Preset name is Facebook cover page. So instead of spacing, I am giving a underscore or hyphen, anything you can be able to give it, not a problem. Okay, so this is your preset name. If you want it, you can give a short form also. Short form lo kuda మీరు నేమ్స్ ఇచ్చుకోవచ్చు, no problem. Okay, so like గుడ్ నైట్ అంటే జీటీ సంథింగ్ ఏవో షార్ట్ ఫామ్స్ మీరు మెన్షన్ ఉంటాయి కదా, అట్లా మీ నేమ్స్ ని షార్ట్ ఫామ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. బట్ యూ షుడ్ రికగ్నైజ్ ఇట్ while you're giving the short form. It should not create confusion, it should be get a clarity. Okay, this is that. Okay, so like ఇక్కడ షార్ట్ ఫామ్స్ ఇచ్చిన ఎలా ఉండాలి, రికగ్నైజబుల్ గా ఉండాలి. if you given a short form, it should be recognizable, not should be like a confusion. Okay, so for now I given a full name clearly, like Facebook cover page, or else I can remove like this. Okay, Facebook cover page. Next, whenever if you are giving a width and height values, first you need to change your units. ఇక్కడ width and height values మెన్షన్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ మనం ఏం చేయాలి, యూనిట్స్ చేంజ్ చేయాలి. we need to change units. What are the units we are using in our Facebook cover page size? Pixels, right? Because it's a digital media. In a digital media we have only one unit, that is pixel. So you need to choose pixels here. Then your width and height values will change. Now you need to specify your width is 851, height is 315. Okay, so now see my units, my width and my height. Which are these? These are the design width and height and units. Which design I want to do it, or which image I want to create, that image, width and height and units. Once if you specify your width and height, orientation means overall shape. It should be a landscape or portrait. Now, if you see it's in a portrait, it highlighted in a portrait. If I specify this value, then what happens? See, it automatically shifted to landscape. I told you landscape, width will more, height will less. Okay. Per suppose I want to change my portrait to landscape or landscape to portrait. I can do that also. Simply click on this, then values will shift, exchange. Your width goes height, your height goes width. Like if you want it, you can exchange it. It's not a problem. But in this case, my design requirement is landscape, so that it need to be in a landscape manner only, not in a portrait manner. Next, about this artboard we discuss later. Okay, so I'll tell you later. First, we know remaining properties. Next, here we have resolution. I told you PPI, pixels per inch. We have some standards. Okay, when you're working with the digital media, we need to use some values. When you're working with the print media, we need to use some values. So those values, these things. Okay, for digital media, minimum we need to be specify 72 pixels per inch. Okay, and maximum 96 or 98 pixels per inch we need to use it. Digital media purpose, that means like if you are designing any banner for website, if you are designing any post for Facebook or Insta or any other social media platform, and if you are sharing your photos in a WhatsApp and all, so 72 pixels are more than enough. You need not to go to 96 pixels or 98 pixels also. Why we need not to go to 96 or 98 pixels? Because if your PPA value increase, okay, so your file size also will increases. When your file size is increases, then what happen? It's difficult to access that in a digital media, because digital media is completely dependent on internet speed. Okay, if you have a more internet speed, so that you're able to access every information fastly. Okay, like if you want to see any movie with a 2G net, will it smoothly play? Or just assume it, you want to download a movie from internet with a 2G net, how much time it will take it? మేము 2G వాడలేదు సార్ అంటారా? 1 hour అంతేనా? హాఫ్ డే పడుతుంది. Do you know how much speed of 2G? 2G internet, how much speed you going to get it? 256 KB max. 256 KB max in a 2G internet. Okay, are you going to get every time maximum speed of internet? No, sometimes you're going to get 1 KB also. In that case, how much time it will take it? Nearly half day, or sometimes 1 day. Sometimes it will get an error also, right? So if it comes to 3G, not 1 day, it take 1-2 hours. That's it. Okay, next, when it comes to 4G, max half an hour to 1 hour, depends on the network. If you have a full network with good access of internet, so that you're able to download that in a 1 hour or half an hour, or max 1.5 hour. That's it. So minimum 1 hour we require to download it, or half an hour. Okay, when it comes to 5G, 10-15 minutes or max 20 minutes we require to download 1 GB of file. Okay, so that means because of the internet speed only, your file will be download speed are slow. Okay, So even if you want to see any preview also, it need to be download it also, right? Preview చూడాలంటే అది డౌన్లోడ్ అవ్వాలి కదా. It need to it need to be render it that. Render చేయాలంటే it need to download internally. It won't download in our system. మన సిస్టంలో డౌన్లోడ్ అవ్వదు, బట్ ఇన్ అ బ్రౌజర్ ఇట్ నీడ్ టు మేకప్ క్యాచీస్. అది ఒక క్యాచీ లాగా క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవాలి. వెన్ ఇట్ క్రియేటింగ్ అ క్యాచీ, what happen? It download that internally with less file size to show it very fast. See, sometimes what happen if you remove caches, so web browser will take some time to upload, open your websites also sometimes. Caches మొత్తం క్లియర్ చేశారనుకోండి, if you clear all the caches of your websites or entire caches of your browser, next time if you open any website, it takes some time. అది కొంత టైం తీసుకుంటది. It shows the buffer. Why it's going to happen like that? Because of internet, you have a slow internet, then what happen? Slowly it render internally, again it create a cache, మళ్ళీ అది ఒక cache create చేసుకుంటది. With the help of the cache only, we are able to see our websites or information fastly. Okay, if that cache file it need to create faster, your internet speed need to be more. Okay, or else it takes some time. You see that buffer symbol, ఆ buffer symbol అనేది కనిపిస్తూ ఉంటుంది. So it's not a problem na sir, we will wait. I'll tell you one example, then you are going to wait or not, you will understand. So nowadays we have a big billion days in a Flipkart. Okay, so you get a low price. All the products you are going to get with a less price or low price. Okay, you want to buy one product, you want to buy a mobile phone, new mobile phone. So your mobile phone is break, so that you want to buy a new mobile phone. Okay, so they launched one new mobile phone with less price. So you try to open that phone screen, you want to see that phone how it's look like. They provide all the images of that phone also, all features also they will mention in that, some of the images in that. You try to open that image, but that image is going to take 2 minutes of time to show it. Then what you do? Frankly చెప్పండి, ఏం చేస్తారు? 2 minutes పడితే టైం, ఫ్లైట్ మోడ్కి వెళ్ళి మళ్ళీ ఆన్ చేస్తావా? 2 minutes టైం పడుతుంది ఓపెన్ చేయడానికి, దానికి ఫ్లైట్ మోడ్కి దానికి సంబంధం ఏముంది? ఇంటర్నెట్ నెట్వర్క్ సరిగా లేదనుకుంటున్నావా? నీ నెట్వర్క్ అంతా బాగానే ఉంది, యు హ్యావ్ అ ఫుల్ టవర్. ఓకే, స్టిల్ ఇట్స్ టేకింగ్ 2 minutes ఆఫ్ టైమ్ టు ఓపెన్ యువర్ ఫోటో. దెన్ వాట్ యు డూ? Do you wait 2 minutes? ఫ్రాంక్గా చెప్పమన్నా, అందుకే క్లాస్ రూమ్ కోసం చెప్పకండి. 2 minutes of time it take to open your image. You try to skip that photo, try to check it another one. 2 minutes కూడా కాదు, లిటరల్గా చెప్పాలంటే 1 second అది ఓపెన్ అవ్వకపోతే నెక్స్ట్ ఇమేజ్కి వెళ్ళిపోతాం మనం, అంతే కదా? If you click on that image, if it is not open instantly, then you try to see another image. If it is not happen that also, you try to check another image. If it is not that also, you skip that product and you go to another product. నేనైతే అదే చేస్తా, to be frank. If it is not open instantly, I skip that photo, I'll try to look it in another photo. Okay, if that happens, same thing, I skip that photo also, I'll check it another one. If that thing is repeated again, then I close that product, I'll look for another product. Same thing is happened another product also, I close application, Flipkart or Amazon, I'll go to another application like Amazon or Flipkart. So that means what happened? Flipkart or Amazon losing one customer because of loading images. Image load అవ్వకపోవడం వల్ల వచ్చిన ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటి? They are losing their customers. So that is the importance of loading picture instantly. When it happen, ఎప్పుడు జరుగుతుంది అలా ఇన్స్టెంట్ గా ఓపెన్ అవ్వాలంటే? If you have a less file size with good quality. If you have a high file size, obviously internet takes some time to show it. There is no alternate. Daniki alternate em ledu. Definitely, it takes some time to show your picture if it is a high file size. Okay, so that's why we going to prefer, when you're working with the digital media, minimum number. We won't go for maximum. It's an ideal size of digital media. Okay, even your desktop screen PPA value also 72 only. So that means if you observe your desktop screen very closely, you see small square boxes. మీ స్క్రీన్ ని చాలా క్లోజ్ గా అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే మీకు చిన్న చిన్న స్క్వేర్ బాక్సెస్ కనిపిస్తాయి. ఈవెన్ యువర్ మొబైల్ ఫోన్ ఆల్సో. దట్ స్మాల్ స్క్వేర్ బాక్స్ రిప్రజెంటెడ్ యాజ్ 1 పిక్సెల్. ఇఫ్ యు గో ఎల్ఈడి స్క్రీన్స్, అక్కడైతే ఇంకా మీకు క్లియర్ గా కనిపిస్తుంది. ఇఫ్ యు గో ఫర్ ఎల్ఈడి స్క్రీన్స్, బిగ్ ఎల్ఈడి స్క్రీన్స్, సో స్మాల్ స్మాల్ బాక్సెస్ ఉంటాయి ఎల్ఈడి స్క్రీన్ లో. ఓకే, దట్ స్మాల్ స్మాల్ బాక్స్ రిప్రజెంట్ 1 పిక్సెల్. ఒక పిక్సెల్ అది రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తుంది అనమాట. ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ మోర్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ square boxes, that means you get more pixels. If you get more pixels, you get more quality. Similarly, PPI means pixels per inch. We are telling it in 1 inch area, how many number of pixels we required, we are specifying in application. Why we are specifying it? To get a good quality of output. అవుట్పుట్ మంచిగా రావాలి అంటే మనకు నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పిక్సెల్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉండాలి. సి we have 1 into 1. 1 into 1 means 1 pixel in a width, 1 pixel in a height. Okay, see, 1 pixel represent only one color. ఒక పిక్సెల్ ఒక కలర్ ని మాత్రమే రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో దట్ యు ఏబుల్ టు సీ ఓన్లీ వన్ కలర్ ఇన్ దిస్. నెక్స్ట్ 2 into 2. 2 into 2 means 2 pixel in a width, 2 pixel in a height. How many number of pixels will be get it in it? 2. 2. 4. 4 or 2? 4. Okay, so that means you able to see 4 colors. Each pixel representing one color, so that you able to see 4 colors. When it comes to 5 into 5, how many pixels will be in a width, how many pixels in a height? In a width you have 5 pixels, in a height you have 5 pixels. Total how many count of pixels we have in it? 25. Okay, simply multiply your width and height so that you're going to know it how many number of pixels we have inside of this image. So 5 5 are 25, so that you have 25 pixels here. That means 25 colors you able to see. 10 10 ja 100. So that means 100 pixels you have, 100 pixels you able to see. 20 into 20, 400. So that you have 400 pixels here. So you're able to see 400 colors of that image. Like 50 into 50, 2500. And 100 into 100, 1000. 10,000. Okay, you have 10,000 pixels. If you observe, the count of pixels are increasing. Then what's happening here? The quality of picture is getting better. Picture quality ఏమవుతుంది ఇక్కడ? Better అవుతుంది. So your image quality is dependent on few things. First, your width and height. Next, your PPI. Next, your image depth. We call it as bit depth. Okay, if these 3 things have perfect value, then you're going to get good quality of output with good details. Okay, so now see here, I can clearly see my picture. Here also we able to see, but compared to this, it's little bit blur. Compared to this will be little more blur. Compared to this will be little more blur. Like what's happening when I'm reducing the pixel count? We are losing the quality. That's why so many people are going to tell you take a high resolution picture, or some people call take a HD picture, HD images. Okay, so why we are going to tell like that? Because those things are having a high resolution with 72 pixels per inch, or 24 8-bit, or 16-bit, or 32-bit size. Okay, so that means if you have more count of pixels, you get a good quality. Keep that in mind. So that's why what we are doing here, we are specifying our PPI value per inch. Okay, per inch, this many number of pixels you require to get a good quality of output. These are standards for digital media. For print media, 150 minimum, 300 maximum. Okay, so why so much of difference we have in a print media? Because same thing, quality issue. Why? When it comes to print media, if you observe, okay, so you won't get what you're seeing in a soft copy in a print, the hard copy. So for example, you're going to take Xerox. Every document or every notes we try to Xerox, right? Just assume it, you have your Aadhaar, big size of Aadhaar, not small one, big size of the Aadhaar, you have it. You taken it and you given to the Xerox shop wala and tell him to take a 2 copies of it. And he put that on Xerox machine, and you see a green color light will pass through that. So that is scanner. It scans your photo. After that, it prints it on the A4 size paper. After printing it in a A4 size paper, so the letter quality, the image quality, are you going to get the similar quality of your hard copy of Aadhaar? No. In a Xerox copy, you won't get the same quality of text, same quality of images what you have in your original Aadhaar. ఒరిజినల్ ఆధార్లో మనకు ఏదైతే క్వాలిటీ ఉంటుందో ఇమేజ్ లో కానీ టెక్స్ట్ లో కానీ ఆ క్వాలిటీ మనకు జిరాక్స్ పేపర్ లో ఉండదు. Not in terms of color. I'm not telling about color. I'm telling about the quality of your text or quality of your picture. So see, you are printing out in a black and white. When it printing on A4, it's not like that. If you are printing in a black and white, it's a loosed quality. Okay, black and white lo print aithe quality lose ainattu kaadu. We are printing it in a different mode, that's it. Okay, when you printing it, if you observe the information inside of that printing, that means inside of your hard copy, okay, so it need to be look clear. In terms of it's not terms of color, it terms of the visibility. It need to be visible clearly. Is it going to visible clearly when you take a Xerox? Even your notebook, leave about Aadhaar, you write your notes in your notebook. Some other person ask you your notes because he absent yesterday or 2-3 days of classes, so he required that notes, so to practice it, you given that notes. Okay, so he go to the Xerox shop and he Xerox that thing. Once if you Xerox it, are you going to get the same quality of text on your Xerox paper? No. Okay, that means, so when you're going to print, you need more quality to get a good output in a printers. if you bring brand new printer also, today if you brought it also, at least 5 to 10% quality loss will happen in every printer. ప్రతి ప్రింటర్లో 5 to 10% ఆఫ్ క్వాలిటీ లాస్ జరుగుతుంది. You won't get 100% quality of output in print. Okay, so assume he taken a Xerox, he get a 90% quality, so that he don't have a trouble, he can read it and he can understand it. Some other friend ask him, give that Xerox paper to, he want to take a Xerox because he is also absent. So that what happened, he got already 90% quality. That 90% quality paper you are again Xeroxing it, so that what happened, again 10% quality will be lost, so that you will get 80%. Like if it is shifted, then what happened, 80 to 70, 70 to 60, 60 to 50, 50 to 40, like finally you get 0. Have you ever get, when you Xerox your Aadhaar or any other document, okay, half printed, half not printed? That we get it definitely in our life. ఎప్పుడోసారి ఖచ్చితంగా హాఫ్ ప్రింట్ అయ్యి హాఫ్ ప్రింట్ అవ్వకుండా వచ్చుంటది. Why we are getting that problem? Because of printer, it not able to read your your original copy information. Because so how many years is completed by taking your Aadhaar? ఎన్ని ఇయర్స్ అయిపోయింది ఆధార్ తీసుకొని? The big size one. 10 years? 10 years అనుకుందాంలే, roughly 10 years, right? So from 10 years, once if you take a Aadhaar, we have a habit of laminate it. అందరికీ మన ఒరిజినల్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ మాక్సిమం మనం ఏం చేస్తాం, లామినేట్ చేస్తాం. Why? Because even if you travel in a rain or if anything is happen, water should not affect on it. Okay, so after laminating it, few years after, what happened, all colors and information will be vanished. మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేశారో లేదో, మీ ఆధార్లో చాలా వరకు మీ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కనిపించకుండా ఉంటుంది. your photos, your contact information or your date of birth, something, what happened, it won't be visible properly. First you able to see, after few years your information fade it out slowly. Information slowly fade out అయిపోతా ఉంటుంది. Or when you printing it itself, you get by fade it. వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చేటప్పుడే మనకు ఫేడ్ అవుట్ అయ్యి కూడా వచ్చి ఉంటుంది. Am I right? వచ్చిందా లేదా? వచ్చి ఉంటుంది maximum, because they also using printer only, right? They are not writing things to get a good quality. Okay, so definitely while you get printing itself, when you getting the original copy, so you going to lose the some information. Okay, so after laminate, few years later, your colors will be fade out slowly, so that it will be not visible perfectly. So in your original copy itself, you don't have a proper quality. If you given that to Xerox machine, if it is not able to read that information, then what happened, that part it leave it. That is the reason half printed, half not printed is going to happen in a papers. Sometimes it's an issue of printer, life cycle of the printer. Okay, if it is old printer, so definitely it has a issues, technical issues to read the information, so that you won't get your output properly. So if you point that to the print shop wala, they won't agree it. They will tell you, in your original copy itself, it doesn't have a proper quality. They blame us only, they won't agree. Sometimes technical issues will be there, because of that also you won't get it properly, your output, but still they won't agree it. They blame us only. They tell us like your copy is not good quality. That is the reason you are getting print like this. Okay, so like you need to know why things are not working properly. See, definitely printer is a mission. It won't be give you a every time 100% result. So olden days we have a issue cartridge. Nowadays we are not using cartridges much, but olden days we are using cartridges to printing purpose. If that cartridge is outdated, that means if it is used a long ago, then what happened? Some printing issues will be there with that cartridge. Okay, so like so many issues will get when it work with print media. That's why we give more number of pixels to get good quality of output. Okay, so 100% output you created it, but if you are getting 95 or 90% quality out of it, it's not a big issue. It won't be visible. But if you come 100% out of 50%, then it's a big issue. Am I right? ఇప్పుడు ప్రింటింగ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఎప్పుడైనా సరే మన ఇమేజ్లో హై క్వాలిటీ ఉండాలి. Then only from that you get 90% quality of output only. That's why whenever if you're working with print media, we prefer to work with maximum 300 pixels per inch. We won't prefer minimum number. But when it works with a digital media, we prefer to work with 72. That means minimum number, not with maximum number. These two have their own reasons to use these values only, like what we discussed just now. Okay, ఈ రెండు ఇవే యూజ్ చేయాలి అని ఎందుకు చెప్తున్నామంటే వాటి రీజన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ we work on these values when you're working with the digital media and print media. Okay, so like you need to set your PPI value according to that. Which design we are doing? Digital media design. What are the values we have for the digital media? 72, 96 or 98. In that which we want to use it? 72. That means what we need to be mentioned here? 72 pixels per inch. Okay, next I told you which color mode we need to use when you're working with the digital media. RGB. You can get CMYK or RGB. Choose RGB. And you should maintain 8-bit for designing purpose, or if you are editing your photos also, 8-bit is more than enough. You have 16 and 32 also inside of it, but we won't prefer to take the 16 and 32. We prefer 8-bit. Okay, next background contents is white color, or you can change that into black, or you can change that into background color. Yesterday I told you in a toolbar and color panel you have two colors, foreground and background. In that background color, which color you have it, that you're going to get it when you choose this background color option. అక్కడ foreground and background మనం two colors గురించి డిస్కస్ చేసాం, రైట్? ఎస్టర్డే ఇంటర్ఫేస్ క్లాస్లో. అందులో బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్లో ఏ కలర్ ఉంటే ఆ కలర్ మీకు బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ కంటెంట్ కింద వస్తుంది. I'll show you what is background contents. Next, transparent. That means you won't get anything, empty. And custom means you able to pick which color you want it. మీకు కావాల్సిన కలర్ ని మీరు పిక్ చేయొచ్చు. Okay, so right now I'm choosing white only. Okay, next, color profile. When you're working with RGB color mode, you need to be use this color profile only. Working RGB, sRGB, this one. Okay, when I click it, you have different profiles, but we want to use that. We use maximum sRGB. Working RGB, sRGB, this one you need to choose it. If you're working with print media, working CMYK, US web coated, this color profile you should maintain it. Okay, right now we are working with RGB, so that it should be working with sRGB. Choose RGB color mode, then automatically your profile will be updated. Next, your pixel aspect ratio always square pixel when you're working with designing and image editing and all. But when you're working with video, then you go to film and video, right? In this film and video, you're going to get all the presets of the video maximum. When you select PAL NTSC, this is NTSC, and you're going to see PAL and PAL. Okay, if you're working with NTSC and PAL, here this pixel aspect ratio is going to change automatically based on your preset what you selected. See if you want. So you need not to touch anything over there. మీరు అక్కడ ఏం టచ్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. When you're working with designing or when you're working with the HD formats, these are old television formats, NTSC, PAL, all those things are old television formats. For that, you have different aspect ratios. But when you're working with the HD format for video, always square pixel only. HD format, editing images, creating images, you need to be maintained square pixels blindly. అంటే వీడియో ఫార్మాట్ లో హెచ్డి ఫార్మాట్ తో వర్క్ చేసిన in a video format if you are working with HD, okay, and you are creating images and you are editing images, your pixel aspect ratio should always square pixel. If you are working with film editing, and that means video format, that too you are working with PAL and NTSC, then the aspect ratio will change automatically by selecting this preset. ఈ preset select చేయగానే అది automatic గా change అయిపోతుంది. But if I choose HD, see these are our HD formats like 2K, 4K, okay, full HD, ఇలా different formats already ఇక్కడ మనకు ఉన్నాయి. If I'm going to choose this, for suppose look for full HD. Full HD means 1920 1080. Here I have. If I select this, then what happens? See, it's a square pixel only, it's not changed. But when I select PAL, according to the PAL preset, automatically that aspect ratio is going to change it. So that you should not worry about that. Maximum we work with square pixel only. Some cases, which cases those are? Like old television format like PAL, NTSC preset, if you choose it, then only your pixel aspect ratio need to be in a different one. PAL and NTSC video formats తో వర్క్ చేసినప్పుడు మాత్రమే మీ ఆస్పెక్ట్ రేషియో మారాలి. అంతే తప్ప మిగిలిన ఏ వర్క్ అయినా సరే your pixel aspect ratio should be square. Clear, right? And then simply create. Then automatically your document is going to create it. See, these are, you are getting it because of we selected a video preset. ఇక్కడ ఈ లైన్స్ ఈ గైడ్ లైన్స్ ఎందుకు వచ్చాయి అంటే మనం వీడియో ప్రీసెట్ చూస్ చేసుకున్నాం కాబట్టి. ఓకే, నార్మల్లీ యూ ఓన్ గెట్ ఇట్, నార్మల్గా రావు ఇవి. See if you want. I'm not choosing come to normal any preset. Now I'm going to change my units into pixels, change my width into 851, height into 315, resolution into 72, and RGB color mode, white background, sRGB, square pixel, and create. Now see. Now you are not getting that guides. Only that guides you are going to get when you choose video presets. Okay, don't be confused. Like you need to create your document. ఇలా మనం మన వర్క్ కు తగ్గట్టుగా వాల్యూస్ ఇక్కడ సెట్ చేయాలి. Like this, we need to set all the properties according to the work what we are doing and which field purpose we are working. Based on this all, you need to set it. Now what you need to do, you need to create a document, empty document, nothing to design or nothing to do anything in it. Just you need to create a document. Okay, I'll give you list of documents you want to create it. By searching in the internet, you need to know the size of it, which field it is, okay, and what are the units we are using, and PPI value, color mode, all you need to mention and create the document. After creating the document, you need to go to file menu and you need to click on save as, and you need to rename that as the preset which you choose. Like Facebook cover page means save Facebook cover page, Insta post means Insta post, like that. Okay, with size, which size you taken it. Okay, so I'll tell you few presets which you want to create document. Make a note and create the documents and show me. ఆ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ క్రియేట్ చేసి నాకు చూపించాలి. సో డాక్యుమెంట్ నేమ్స్ ఎలా ఉండాలి? యువర్ ప్రీసెట్ నేమ్ విత్ సైజ్ ఇన్ అ బ్రాకెట్స్. బ్రాకెట్స్ లో మీరు ఏ సైజ్ తీసుకున్నారో ఆ ప్రీసెట్ కి అది ఉండాలి, అండ్ నేమ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ప్రీసెట్. క్లియర్? నోట్ ఇట్. ఐల్ టెల్ యూ సమ్ లిస్ట్. రాసుకోండి. నేను ఒక లిస్ట్ చెప్తాను, ఆ లిస్ట్ లో ఉండే ప్రీసెట్స్ ని మీరు నెట్ లో సెర్చ్ చేసి వెతికి తెలుసుకొని డాక్యుమెంట్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి వాటికి. ఫస్ట్ Facebook post. Insta post. Facebook, Instagram post, and WhatsApp also. Facebook, Insta, and WhatsApp post. Okay. Next, visiting card. Visiting card. Brochure. And banner. ఇంకేం చేస్తారు? ట్విట్టర్ వద్దులేండి. If you want it, you can work on Twitter also. Twitter post. So for this list of things I told you, right, you need to know the sizes of them. Okay, already you get aware which field they are. 3 of them for digital media. What are those? Facebook, WhatsApp, and Insta. Visiting card, brochure, these things are. Banner is not your, it can be come under in a print media and digital media. If you are working for digital media, you should take a digital media things, and if you're working for print media, you need to be work on the print media thing. Okay, so banner అంటే కొన్నిసార్లు ఫీచర్స్ లో ఉంటుంది, కొన్నిసార్లు నార్మల్ బ్యానర్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. లైక్ ఇన్ వెబ్సైట్ యు సీ బ్యానర్స్, దట్ బ్యానర్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్, ప్రింట్ మీడియా బ్యానర్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్. సో make it 2 of them. Create one for website, create another one for normal banner outside. Okay, so ఈ వీటన్నిటికి మీరు ఏం చేయాలి? For this all things you need to create a documents. Okay, అన్ని values రాసుకోండి. I will ask you what are the values you choose. Okay, so that I will check it in the internet, they are right or not. I can confirm it without seeing your documents. Okay, so what are the values you are taking? టేక్ ఆల్ దోస్ వాల్యూస్ ఇన్ యువర్ నోట్బుక్. మీరు చూసే వాల్యూస్ అన్ని నోట్బుక్ లో రాసుకొని క్రియేట్ ది డాక్యుమెంట్ అండ్ సేవ్ ఇట్. ఓకే, దెన్ బ్రింగ్ దెమ్ ఇన్ అ పెన్ డ్రైవ్స్ by tomorrow. First, I will confirm all the properties you taken right or wrong according to your preset. మీ ప్రీసెట్ దగ్గరగా మీరు తీసుకున్న వాల్యూస్ రైట్ ఆర్ రాంగ్ అనేది ఫస్ట్ చెక్ చేస్తే నాకు తెలిసిపోతుంది. ఓకే, క్లియర్ రైట్? ఎనీ డౌట్స్? ఏదైనా స్టాండర్డ్ సైజ్ తీసుకోండి. టేక్ ఆల్ ది స్టాండర్డ్ సైజెస్. ఓకే, చలో, థ్యాంక్ యూ.